Well, this is a good way to segue into final thing here, Steve. Tomorrow is election day.
Yep.
Off-year elections, um, governor's races in Virginia and New Jersey, the mayoral contest in New York City. A few other big cities like Boston have mayoral contests, but they seem uncontested. And then, to me, what is one of the most important elections is Prop 50 in California. Let's just end. It's 1 o'clock. Let's just end on some final thoughts about what to look for tomorrow and what the post-election conversation is going to be Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday. What do you think?
I think Proposition 50 will pass decisively. I think Spanberger will win decisively. I'm curious about what this New Jersey election shapes up to be. I don't really have a bearing on it, but New Jersey performs, I think, a little bit outside of some of the national current here, maybe in a way that has to do with New Jersey, not Trump. And there's a Trump discount if you're in New Jersey, because in New Jersey, we're familiar with Trump, right? He's been in our frontal lobe for 50 years. So he doesn't have the impact there that he has in other places. Very difficult for the same party to win a third term. It's been a lackluster Democratic campaign, and there's always an anti-tax populism in New Jersey. And for some reason, the Democratic candidate left open the possibility of raising taxes while running on really empty promises of lowering costs with no plan.
Yeah,
Mondami, I can say I think that plan is ridiculous to lower costs, but at least he has a plan, right?
yeah,
I can say
yeah.
it's a bad plan, but nobody can say he doesn't have a plan. Um, at the end of the day, I think it's going to be a good day for Democratic candidates. But beware the Democratic leaders who are out there talking about today's a good day for Democrats. Um, no, it's a rejection of MAGA at the first opportunity that can be a harbinger of a building wave, but it's no endorsement of America's opposition party that remains reviled, ill-led by men like Chuck Schumer, who cannot meet this moment because they cannot see this moment and are every day endangering the future of the republic with their appeasements and incompetence.
Well, I agree with you on all of on the three big ones. Prop 50 is going to pass. It's going to be a huge victory for Gavin Newsom.
Yep.
The polling, clusters around 55 to 60% support. But that's not the end of it. The gerrymandering wars have moved to, basically a new state every day, including Virginia. The Democrats just announced a special session, which I thought it's kind of interesting that they did that right before the election. You could see that not being a great thing for Abigail Spanberger, who wants to win over a lot of Republicans who are really turned off by the Republican gubernatorial nominee. But Virginia looks lean D. If Spanberger doesn't win, the Democrats are going to be in absolute crisis if that race turns south here. New Jersey looks like a coin flip, though, Steve. I think people have to be prepared for this MAGA Republican candidate who's running for the third time to eke out potentially eke out a victory. I mean, I'm just looking at the polls here. It's everywhere from Cheryl +8 to a statistical tie, and so
She should be okay. But if
we'll
you're a
see.
Democrat, you need to get out and vote. And we can talk more about that campaign in the aftermath. But
Yeah,
she didn't light up the scoreboard, as they
no.
say.
No, and you're from New Jersey. I'm from Long Island. Long Island has become much more MAGA in the last decade, and parts of New Jersey have as well.
Yeah.
But you're right to point out that there are some important local issues going on in New Jersey that color that color that race. I mean, if you notice, it's not like Trump went and campaigned in New Jersey because they don't think he's an asset. So maybe we should do a special conversation.
We can do it.
Let's talk offline Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, and wrap up the elections because I know there's going to be an enormous amount of interest in that. Good one today, man. I'm sorry about the
Well,
Blue Jays. There's always next year.
always next year. Always next year. But it was a great ride. Great
It's a great
ride.
ride. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you soon.
Take care.